Hello everyone, I'm Zenghui. Our presentation will be introduced by my partner Shufen and me. The leading author of the study, Zenghui Liu, is our MA supervisor. We all come from Yunnan University. Our paper title is The Development of Focus Marking and Declarative Question Intonation in Thai Manners Mandarin. The first two parts will be introduced by me. Prosodic is very important in communication, such as focus and interrogative meanings. So, what is focus? It refers to the new information in a sentence. In Mandarin, native speakers encode focus by expanding the pitch span, lengthening the duration of the focal constituent, compressing and lowering the pitch of the postfocal constituent. And the previous study showed that the focus and interrogative meaning are independent of each other. But other research has shown that they have an interaction. Focus at the end of a sentence makes statement intonation harder to identify, but makes question intonation easier to identify. In second language acquisition, it has been shown that the focus marking is very difficult for L2 learners, and little attention has been paid on the development. So, based on the previous study, we put forward 3 research questions. The first one is whether and how learners of Mandarin prosodically distinguish statement and declarative sentence immediately. The second one is whether and how learners of Mandarin acquire parallel encoding of focus and interrogative meaning. The last one is whether and how learners' use of prosody for encoding focus and interrogative meaning develops. And here comes to the method. We designed a picture game to elicit the target sentence. The first one is picture matching game. The second one is picture marking game. In the experiment, 3 pairs pictures were used, pair A, pair B, and pair C. In pair A and pair C picture, there was always some information missing, might be the subject, object, verb, or all the 3. And the video.
看小狗还有球，看起来小狗要弄球，小狗怎么弄球？小狗扔球。
The second one is picture marking game. It aims to elicit the question intonation. In the experiment, 2 pairs pictures were used, pair D and pair E. In pair D picture, there was always something information missing, might be the subject, object, verb, or all the 3. And in pair D picture, there are a small picture on the top right corner that is covered by a yellow sticker. And the video.
看小狗还有球，看起来小狗要弄球。你先开贴纸看一下小图片，然后问我，我帮你在盒子里看看。小狗扔球。
And here comes to the stimuli. We design SVO sentence as target sentence, and in Mandarin there are 4 tones. Tone 1, high-level tone. Tone 2, rising tone. Tone 3, deepening tone. Tone 4, falling tone. And the subject is 小猫 cat, 小熊 bear, 小狗 dog, 小兔 rabbit. And the verb is run through, 买 Barry 姐 cart 运 transport. Object is 书 book, 球 ball 笔 pen 菜 vegetable. And for focus type, as we can see, the red part is focus constituent, and that is NFI narrow focus initial, NFM narrow focus media, NFF narrow focus final, and BF broad focus. And the left side is statement intonation, and the right side is question intonation. So we have got 512 SVO sentences. We have 10 female participants. There are 5 immediate and 5 advanced Thai learners of Mandarin. At the time of testing, all the participants were studying in China. They were tested by a female native speaker. The experiments were held at the Phonetic Lab in Yunnan University. The acoustic annotation, first level, second level, data extraction. Okay, the next part were introduced by Shufen.
In this experiment, we used a mixed effect model for our statistic analysis. In all models, outcome variables were the duration, pitch span, pitch maximum, pitch minimum of the target verbs. We included sentence type, group, tone, and focus condition are fixed factors. And sentence type had 2 levels in every comparison. Tone had 3 levels, tone 1, tone 2, and tone 4. We excluded tone 3 because in this study we found that the majority of the target verbs with tone 3 were produced with either quick voice or complex tonal patterns. Focus condition had 4 levels. We included the speaker and the sentence as random factors. In this study, we built 10 models. Model 0 only contains speaker, sentence, and random factors. And from model 1 to model 10, we added one term every time until the best fit model was determined. Let's see our result. The figure 1 shows the mean duration of the target verbs in statement versus question. For the analysis of duration, we found that the best fit model was the model contained the main effect of tone, focus, sentence type, and two-way interaction between sentence type and focus, sentence type and tone. The main effect of sentence type was such that the duration is significantly shorter than their counterparts in statements. By further exploring the effect of focus and group within the sentence type, we found that the duration of the target verbs only varied with focus condition in statement but not in question. The figure 2 shows the mean pitch span of the target verbs in statement versus question. For the analysis of pitch span, we found that the best fit model was the model contained the main effect of tone, sentence type, and a two-way interaction between sentence type and group. The main effect of sentence type was such that the pitch span of the target verbs in declarative question was significantly wider than their counterparts in statements. However, there is no evidence that different groups varied pitch span for encoding focus in different sentence types. The figure 3 shows the mean pitch maximum of the target verbs in statement versus question. For the analysis of pitch maximum, we found that the best fit model was the model contained the main effects of tone, sentence type, and two-way interactions between sentence type and tone. The main effect of sentence type was such that the pitch maximum of the target verbs in declarative question was significantly higher than their counterparts in statements. However, there is also no evidence that different groups vary the pitch maximum for encoding vocals in different sentence types. The figure 4 shows the mean pitch minimum of the target verbs in statement versus question. For the analysis of pitch minimum, we found that the best fit model was the model contained the main effects of tone, sentence type, and two-way interactions between sentence type and tone, sentence type and a group. The main effect of sentence type was such that the pitch minimum of the target verbs in declarative question was significantly higher than their counterparts in statements. But by further exploring the effect of group within the sentence type, we found that both groups did not vary the pitch minimum of the target verbs for encoding vocals in statement or in questions. To summary, in this study, we want to answer three questions. The first question is whether and how Thai learners of Mandarin distinguish statement and declarative question. Our result shows that Thai learners of Mandarin shortened the duration of the sentence median constituent of tone 1, tone 2, and tone 4 in declarative questions relative to its counterpart in statements. And Thai learners of Mandarin expanded the pitch span of the sentence medium constituent of tone 1, tone 2, and tone 4 in declarative questions relative to its counterpart in statements. Specifically, they reached a pitch maximum. The second question is whether and how Thai learners of Mandarin acquire parallel encoding of vocals and interrogative meaning. Our result shows that Thai learners' use of prosodic cues to encode vocals in different sentence types varies. The present study provides evidence that Thai learners of Mandarin mastered the use of prosodic for encoding vocals in statements earlier than in declarative question in their L2. The third question is whether and how learners' use of prosodic for encoding vocals and interrogative meaning develops. The answer is there is no difference was found between intermediate and advanced learners. The next step is further analysis on tone 3 and the sentence final constituent. Here is take-home messages. The present study reveals a confliction in the use of prosodic for parallel encoding of vocals and interrogative meaning in learners L2, and learners L2 prosody is developing on the course of learning. Thank you.